Hello, welcome back. Cambodia has seen little progress on gender equality in 2013. Cambodia's overall gender gap is ranked 104th out of 136 countries this year, a place below last year. The rank sees Cambodia over 40 places away from its neighbors Laos, Thailand and Vietnam. 104th out of 136 countries. This is Cambodia's ranking on the gender gap in 2013. According to the Gender Gap Index of the World Economic Forum, the rank sees Cambodia slip one place from a year earlier. Compared to its neighbors Thailand, Laos and Vietnam, Cambodia is over 40 places away, but a place ahead of Japan. Laos is ranked 60th, Thailand 65th, Vietnam 73rd, and Japan 105th. According to the index, Cambodia earns a score of over 0.65 on overall gender equality in 2013, a little progress compared to last year when it earned a score of over 0.64. The index evaluates the gender gap through four areas: economic participation and opportunity, educational attainment, health and survival, and political empowerment. Among the four areas, Cambodia has seen the best progress in the health and survival sector, as it is ranked the first with over 0.97 score. Cambodia is ranked 77 in economic participation and opportunity category, 117th in educational attainment, and 96th in political empowerment. Cambodia has done the best among Asian countries in terms of youth and female employment, according to a report of the Asian Community Progress Monitoring System 2012. Cambodia has received the highest score in employment rates in 2011, following by Vietnam and Thailand. Among the 10 nations of Asia, Cambodia did the best in improving its people's employment, particularly women and young people. In 2011, Cambodia saw the highest number of youth and female employment aged from 15 up. 79.4% of female population was employed in 2011, dropping about 3% from 2010. Vietnam and Thailand gained 70.9% and 63.6% respectively. This is according to a report from the Asian Community Progress Monitoring System 2012. Meanwhile, the employment rates of youths aged between 15 and 24 also increased in 2011. 78.2% of the youth population was employed in Cambodia, following by Laos and Vietnam. The number of cyclos or cyclo in Phnom Penh has dropped about 20 times during the last 15 years. Introduced by the French colonists in the 1930s, the cyclo is Cambodia's version of the rickshaw. But despite once being one of the main ways of getting around the capital, the bikers are in danger of dying out.
20 years ago, when Sok Vanna started cycling people around the Cambodian capital, it was a job worth having. He earned good money and business was brisk. But as the pace of the modern world increases, the humble cyclo is struggling to keep up.
It's very hard to make any money because not many Cambodians ride cyclos anymore. They prefer tuk-tuks and only a few still use cyclos.
The number of motorbike taxis and tuk-tuks has exploded in recent years across Phnom Penh, and many commuters now have their own scooters. As a result, the number of cyclos on the road has decreased dramatically. 15 years ago, there were around 10,000. Now there are just over 500. As commuters prefer speed over tradition.
You can only take a cyclo to nearby places because the cyclists are old and they're slow at pedaling.
They are very slow and they take too long.
But the riders are doing what they can to keep them on the increasingly busy roads. The Cyclo Centre is teaching riders English so they can tap into the lucrative tourist industry. Many are now working with tour companies, giving visitors a slow and relaxed trip around the capital.
They are an antique vehicle, and we think we should preserve antiques.
They
were among the first vehicles here. They are also part of our culture, They don't cause any impacts to the environment, and they don't disturb people.
The cyclo was introduced to Cambodia in the 1930s by the French colonialists, and for years were a key part of the city. But there's a danger now only a handful will be left by the time their centenary comes around, unless they can somehow keep up with a changing world.
Cambodia is ranked 38 out of 162 countries in the Global Slavery Index 2013. This is according to a new report published by the Walk Free Foundation. Neighboring Thailand and Laos have worse slavery than Cambodia. Compared to other countries in the region, Cambodia is ranked number 6 in terms of modern slavery. When it comes to modern slavery, Cambodia performs better than 2 of its 3 neighboring countries. Cambodia is ranked 38 out of 162 countries in the Global Slavery Index, ahead of its neighbors Thailand and Laos, but lags behind Vietnam and Myanmar. And out of 25 countries in Asia, Cambodia is ranked number 6. This is according to the Global Slavery Index published by the Walk Free Foundation. The report said Cambodia has almost 15 million people, but only 100,000 people have been enslaved. The index ranks countries according to the percentage of their population living in conditions of exploitation and where their freedoms are denied. The ranking is based on a combination of 3 factors. They include estimated prevalence of modern slavery by population, levels of child marriage, and levels of human trafficking into and out of the country. The report said an estimated 30 million people worldwide are living in modern slavery. The foundation hopes the annual index will help governments to monitor and tackle what it calls a hidden crime. Increasing population and fast-paced economic growth are putting a strain on the capital Phnom Penh. In response, the government has planned a number of satellite cities, and one of the satellite cities being studied is Samedcho Hun Sen Dragon City, located along National Road 6 north of Phnom Penh.
A study is underway for the construction of a multi-billion-dollar satellite city. The city is named Samdech Hun Sen Dragon City. The planned city is part of the government's response to an ever-increasing population and the country's fast-paced economic growth. The new satellite city covers an area of 15,000 hectares and it is located along National Road number 6, some 10 kilometers north of the capital Phnom Penh. Excellency Phung Sapwan is Secretary of State at the Ministry of Land Management, Urban Planning and Construction. He is the man behind the new satellite city's blueprint.
Dragon City is a great name. Asia is considered as a dragon, and China is the first country to use the word dragon, and if China is interested and supports this project, it will become an architectural and urban planning revolution that would bring further growth.
The new satellite city is estimated to cost about $80 billion and will be developed in stages. The city will include residential building blocks, business centers, education center, and entertainment areas. Government officials and property developers say this new city could further boost the country's economic growth and create more jobs. It could also lift the country's image on the international stage.
Cambodian film director Rati Pan has been awarded the title of Asian Filmmaker of the Year at the Busan International Film Festival in South Korea. The acclaimed director received the award after his latest film, The Missing Picture, won an award at the Cannes Film Festival in France in May. Rati Pan has dedicated his life to seeking out and finding ways to save Cambodian's film history. The kingdom's films were mostly destroyed under the brutal reign of the Khmer Rouge. And for his efforts to save Cambodia's cinematic heritage, the 49-year-old Cambodian film director has won numerous international awards. Last week, the acclaimed director received the Asian Filmmaker of the Year award at the Busan International Film Festival in South Korea. The award comes after his documentary, The Missing Picture, won the Ancet Tang Regard section at the Cannes Film Festival in France in May. The documentary focuses on the loss of his parents and siblings during the Khmer Rouge genocide. The Missing Picture uses film from the period and clay dolls where footage is missing to recount the horrors. Ratipan said the topic remained hard for many Cambodians to face, but he hoped that getting awards would be a source of encouragement.
You are not survive a regime like that because you are stronger or clever than other people who die. You have survived because people who die help you. It's like you dead already and you rebirth again, but you rebirth with the death inside you, and you have to talk, you have to transmit.
Currently, Ratipan is the driving force behind Cambodia's fledgling Bopana Center. He and his team scoured Cambodia and the world for copies of old films, newsreels, recorded radio transmissions and photos.
That's all for today's program. Thank you for watching. From me, Chundala, and the rest of this Is Cambodia team. Good night.